But anyway, it was great playing with Nick. And when he joined OHM, there's tragedy after tragedy. And I'm just going to look at the bright side of it. When he joined the band, he brought this muscle that OHM never had before. It was almost totally too eclectic, I guess. I don't know. And, and he brought this muscle to the songs, and it was, man, playing with him. Our time with him was just some of the best playing I ever did with a drummer. And but when Nick passed, we didn't play for like 8 months. We just couldn't even. I didn't even pick up a guitar, man.
Yeah.
And then Carlos, he had done some camera work for some kind of. There was some project where they were interviewing us when Nick was in the band, and Carlos was a cameraman. And then we get a call from one of the people that did that project, and she said, "Hey, man, Carlos is a great drummer, and he said he'll come down and jam with you guys." So so he calls up and he goes, "Yeah, man, I know your whole set." And then me and Peg are like, "He knows our whole set, really?" And so he comes in because we're thinking, yeah,
Right.
I want to see him do it. He played the whole set verbatim. We couldn't even play it with him because we hadn't played in so long. So right away we were like, "Oh my god!" But he had the Nick thing
Yeah.
because Nick was his man. It was Nick was why he plays drums. So it just, I think it was a God stepped in moment and said, "Here's your guy." you know. When it came out, man, I was bummed out because Master of Puppets was out in that same time period, and I got headphones on. I'm listening to records. I put on Master of Puppets, and I'm like, "You gotta be freaking kidding me!" I just couldn't believe. I couldn't believe. First of all, I couldn't believe the production. The production was flawless, man. Because man, that record it's probably the best metal record ever made. You know.
I agree.
So it bummed me out. Then I'd put on Peace Cells and I'd be like, oh. And I think what it was Metallica was working at it. They were working on tones. Hetfield was like, I'm working on my tone. Me and Dave were like, let's get drunk. It's like that record hit me so hard that I couldn't even listen to Peace Cells again. I didn't listen to it for decades, man. And then one day I heard it again. I think during when Dave remixed them. And that's when I went, oh my God.